Hey guys, it's Kugli again with another video, and this time it's a very different video which I wanted to make for some time, so stay tuned for that. So guys, now the holidays are in, and happy Christmas and a happy new year for everyone who's watching. I hope it's a fun-filled weekend and days in front of you. Pretty amazing. So I wanted to show you guys what I carry with myself every day, day in, day out, and whenever I travel, whenever I am just relaxing, what all things I use. Now, this can be a gift idea stuff for you guys if you know someone who is like me. Well, something about myself. I am interested in technology. I mean, everything related to tech, that is in my ballpark. And I am a traveler. I travel a lot. I mean, a lot. And I would like to convenience myself with that. So these are the stuff which does make my life a lot easier, and I really do like, and I really do appreciate the thought behind these gifts which I've received. Many of them are gifts which I've already received. Some of them are things which I bought because I didn't get them as gifts, but still this can be a gifting idea for you guys if you are interested. I know Christmas is right now it's tomorrow because I'm on the Christmas Eve. I would still like to give you guys something for the new year if you are celebrating that also. This will not be including my phone, which I guess everyone uses it. It's a OnePlus 3. I do have other phones which I do use, like this one, which is a Micromax A121. It's a great phone. It's a great little phone which I use as my GPS on my bike whenever I travel. So that is another thing which I do carry almost every time. I do have my old S3 as a camera which I mounted here and take a video from my that's my helmet. So that's another thing which is there. I'm not going to include my laptop, my headphones, my power bank, which is the battery bank which I use to charge my phones and my peripherals, and that is it, which is not going to be included in this one because these are essentially stuff which I use every day, and that, yeah, I do appreciate them a lot, but most people do have that, and it's nothing special with that. I mean, a cell phone, a laptop, and something like a headphone is what everyone do use, and there's nothing special regarding that. Now, let's get started with the stuff which I use every freaking day. Now, I do listen to music quite a lot, so this is my single most used piece of tech which I have on me. I mean, this is technically a headset, but there are quite a lot of differences with this. Now, this is a Sony EX31BN headphone, which is a noise cancelling headphone, which is an amazing value for money. I mean, I got this with my Xperia Z3 for a price of approximately 4,000 rupees. And they have held up very well. Now, there are technical specifications of it which I can go on and on about, but that is going to be boring for most people in more ways than one. So I'm just going to tell you guys that this is a noise cancelling headphone. It is Bluetooth and it does support aptX and all those thingamajigs which are going to make your life easier in the audio world. And it connects with everything with Bluetooth, that is phone, laptop, if you have a game console with Bluetooth, it does connect with that. It works out really nicely, and this is probably my favorite tech which I use every day. And it does have NFC, so that is a bonus, and you don't have to fiddle around with Bluetooth button because there is one button here, and there are play pause. This is the play pause button, and call accept. It does have a microphone, and it does have a noise cancelling switch enabler. It has volume controls and track control, so pretty much all the buttons you will need is available here. And the headphones are also really comfortable. It is a neutral A sound. It does have a much better bass response than what I was using previously, which was a Samsung headphone. So this is pretty much amazing, and I really like that. Now next up is when I travel, I always have my bike with me, and this is my keychain. Well, this is my key for my bike, and here are stuff which I travel with almost always. Let me show you guys what are the stuff which is in here. Now this one is a tire pressure gauge which I got off Amazon for really cheap. I know this is not the most accurate thing available, and this is not going to blow your socks off or anything, but it is nice to have a cold tire pressure reading. That is important because I can go to somewhere which refills the tire and have them check the tire pressure, but that won't be the cold pressure reading, and whatever rating your bike has for the tire pressure is the cold pressure reading. So this really does come in handy. It is accurate to about 2 psi, so not the most accurate thing, but you can still get a ballpark reading of that. So yeah, another thing which I use, and that is really tailored, is a solar torch which I use, and you can see it is working. It is charged solar, so whenever I use this thing, well, whenever it is plugged in to my bike, this is exposed and this gets charged automatically. It does work out, it's okay. Another thing which I use mainly is this Swiss military Swiss knife, which is a keychain, and it is heavy as hell, but this is probably one of the most used thing in my keychain. So it has a Phillips head screwdriver, it has a knife which is quite sharp, there is a bottle opener and a flathead screwdriver, and well, bottle opener is important, and that is the main reason I have this, and also another flathead screwdriver which is huge, and that's pretty cool. And that is it in this tool section, and these are really important when you're traveling on your bike. I mean, you need a screwdriver most of the time because that shit happens to your bike. You need to take apart a few panels, you do need screwdrivers, and it does work out. And hey, it also has a torch which is quite bright. It has a battery in it. It's not solar charged, so that's why I have it. If in case the battery runs out on this, I do still have this one which is small. It works out. So this is what I have in my keychain. Now here is another thing which I carry with me almost all the time in my jeans or in my pants. This is the Gerber switch knife which I have. I don't remember the exact name of it. I guess it was the GT10 or something like that. Not entirely sure, but I got this way back, and I've been using this every single day of my life, and I didn't have any complaint for it yet. So this is a knife which is about 3 inches in the blade length, less than 3 inches maybe, yeah. It has a serration for cutting through rope. It has a straight edge for cutting through paper and cutting through mail, all that. It works out really well. It is an assisted opening knife, so if you flick through it, it does have a spring here which does allow it to close fully, and yeah, it works, and I really appreciate this a lot. And one thing which I really like about this is the hook of it, which goes all the way up to here. So when you are inserting it into your pocket, it is entirely concealed. I mean, you don't see this area or this area like some other knife which I have, which is this one, which ends up here. So you will be able to see the top of the knife. And yeah, not very interesting, but I really do like this for everyday carry. So yeah. Now this is a very different product. I mean, I got this really early in the game. I got this as a gift from my friends, and this is called a spider podium, and this is supposed to be a tripod stuff for your phone to be able to stand and be somewhere. I mean, I don't know what they meant by it, and I don't know how this is what's going to be working for me, but I've used it for fairly a long time. I mean, I've been using this for 5 to 6 years right now, and I found some or the other use for it in my DIY life. So right now it's a hook for my watch, for my keychain, for my whatever accessories I have with me. So this is a hook for that, and it wraps around the grills of my windows, and it works pretty well because I don't want to punch in another nail on my wall. I can use this as that. So it does work out very, very nicely, and it's not very expensive either. It was like 50 rupees at the time of when they bought it. So it's very cheap. It's amazing for what it is, and I really, really do like this one. So it's called a Spiral Podium. So yeah. Now another thing which I use every day. Now most of the accessories here do use AA batteries, and this is another AA battery. But what is important about this is that it is not a normal AA battery. It is a nickel NiMH battery, and it charges via USB port. So you don't have to charge, or you don't have to carry a separate charger for your batteries to charge. I've got two of these. I'm using one of them in my audio recorder. I got them recently because I needed something which I want to carry around, and it does work out. This has been amazing for me. I use one in my audio recorder. I use another one in my wireless mouse, and I have about a week's worth of charge out of them, or at least on my mouse, and I just plug it in, charge it, and then it's back on in about an hour. So this is a very, very nice product. I mean, it's called a Monster battery, and it has a convenient USB charging, or whatever it is. I have this card because I got this recently, and I haven't lost this yet. So yeah. Another thing is something called a bongo tie. Now this is not a bongo tie. I wanted to go buy a bongo tie, and I failed, but this is the next best thing. This is basically an elastic band which you can wrap around stuff, tighten it up, and it stays there. I've used this in a lot of scenarios. I mean, I've used this to have my recorder hang around from my tripod with my camera, and it had worked very well. There is a technique to using this, but I'm not going to get into that right now, but it does work around. I really, really like it. And yeah, this is another thing which I carry with me all the time. Now the big thing which I have every time carried. Now this is called an organizer, which is called a honeycomb organizer or a elastic organizer, whatever you want to call this. This is the organizer which I got from Amazon. Well, basically I got it as a gift from a friend of mine, and this is probably the most important thing for me when I travel. Now, as you can see, these are elastics, and they hold a whole lot of stuff. I mean, I have all my stuff. I can even put in everything which I just showed you in here, even with space to spare. So these are the stuff which I carry. Now this one is a screwdriver set which I got off of Amazon because I liked how it looks, and I like how compact this is, and it has almost everything. This is an electronics package toolkit, not for heavy load work, so it works out very well. It does have a screwdriver. The only gripe I have about the screwdriver is that the grips here, they are horizontal. Why the hell are they horizontal? They should be vertical to give you grip about that. So that is the only problem which I have, which is not really a problem if you think about it, but still something which I would like to be addressed in the future versions or anything like that. So yeah, another one. And I do have a nano SIM adapter kit, which I do use because, well, tech related stuff comes up a lot. And this is very, very important for most things. I mean, it says 250, but I got it for about 50 rupees off of local market. It does work out. So yeah. Now, what else do I have here? I mean, I have thumb drives. This is a 64 gig USB 3.0 SanDisk Ultra, whatever it was called. Yeah, SanDisk Ultra USB 3.0. It works out. I really do like this. This is my portable SD card, you can say. I don't have an SD card yet, but this works out. It's 64 gigs. It is more than enough for me to just transfer files around if I have to, but this is the least used memory card of all. Now this one is a SanDisk 8 gig USB 2.0 memory card, which I do use quite a lot for listening to music and listening to video. I mean, watching videos on my phone. I do have a USB OTG connector, which is this one. This is a USB 2.0 micro USB OTG connector. I do have a USB type C also, which it is currently in use. I'm sorry about that. And it does work out with this one, USB 2.0. It does work out, and I am able to use this 8 gig extra for movies. And I also have another thumb drive, which is 32 gig USB 2.0, which does work out, and I use that for backing up all my ROM reviews. I mean, I do back up all the ROM nandroids, so before every flashes I do back up stuff, so that resides in the 32 gig USB 2.0 thumb drive which I use, and that is how that is in use still. So yeah, another one. And there is my emergency memory card with my personal details and all that, which is inside of this one, and I think a lot more people should carry this. So yeah, just a food for thought. And I also have a USB card reader. Now I've been thinking of upgrading to USB 3.0 card reader, which would make it amazing, and I would really like that. But well, they're really expensive, and I don't really think, I'm not doing 4K footage or anything like that to transfer over USB 3.0. I can wait a bit more time, and it does work out. And what you see here, I do have a player which is amazing, and whenever I work on anything, there is a use for this one, and that is why I'm carrying this, and I will continue to carry this for all my life probably. So yeah, this is a no brand wrench which I got. It's a player. A wrench would be much better, but an adjustable wrench would be a bit better, but I do need this for most of the stuff which I do. A USB cable, because well, USB cables are important. This is a micro USB, and I do have an adapter for USB Type-C which does plug into this one. It works for data and charging. That is pretty amazing for my phone. So yeah, this is a very different episode. I mean, whatever it is, take it for what you will. Just wanted to show you guys what I use on a daily basis and what I use for traveling, and yeah, you may be able to get some gift ideas out of it. Do let me know if you enjoyed this, or if you want to see more like this. I mean, this is totally unscripted, and this is like, I mean, on the go. I'm just talking about the stuff which I like, which I use every day. So yeah, I think that is it about the video then. Hope you guys like the video. Please share, subscribe, and like the video if you found it useful. See you guys in the next one. Bye.